Hello, this is Brian Hegney, instructor of game design here at High Point University. Today we are looking at how to create an opening a door blueprint in Unreal Engine. Let's talk about variables. This is an extremely intro version of this example. Let's talk about variables. Okay, so this is our scene, and we have our nice scene here with these golden doors. Here is our blueprint of the door. And we have our viewport of this door. Would it help if I had a handle? I'm going to go ahead and add a handle. I'm going to click on the door. See? And I'm going to click on sphere. This will be the dumbest handle ever. I'll call this door handle. And I'm going to move it out here. Now notice, this is actually wanted to show this. I'm glad I did. Because this door handle is a child of the door, it's getting the same scale, even though it says it's scaled at 111. It's actually scaled because the door scaled at 2.254. So what I want to do is probably drag the door handle up so it's not a child of the door. Set this back to 1, 1, 1. Now drag door handle there, and that makes a lot more sense. I think, yes. There. And I'm going to actually scale it down, Oops, scale it down by using my just drag function. There we go. Does that look like a door yet? Or I mean a handle? There we go. There we go. That's all I wanted to do. Okay. There. Now they all have those little weird doors. Okay. Oh, it looks terrible. Let's go to the event graph. In order to set this up, we really need to take care of something, which is understanding what kinds of variables that we have to use. And so what I might have is, let's go ahead and look at our variables on the left side under my blueprint. Now, the door might have a state of being closed or open. That's one variable. And the first variable I'm going to look at is a Boolean. A Boolean is a yes, no. It's yes, no, on, off, 0, 1. It is only two states. And I'm going to call this is door open. And you can see it's down here, it made it here, is door open. And it looks like a red oval. And red in Unreal Engine refers to Boolean. Boolean, true or false value, yes, no, on, off. Okay, and what I can do is, because I named it is door open, if it's true, that means it's open. If it's false, it means it's closed. And it's a nice way to check out my game state. Okay, so I'm going to compile this and save it. And once I compile it, I'm able to actually say, hey, is the door open? And I can check this yes or no over here in the details for the default value. Now, if the door is open and it's unchecked, that means it's false. If it's checked, it means it's true. Notice the hover state over here kind of helps that. Now, did I say it was true and false? Yes, I did. Did I say it was on and off? Yes, I did. Did I say it was 0 and 1? Yes, I did. And I'm going to show you that right now. I'm going to drag is door open into the pink little circle here under the print string, and I'm going to let go, and it didn't do it. Come on. Was I too slow? No, why didn't I do it? Okay, well, watch this. It won't let me do it because you can't drag red into pink. All of these colors are so color coordinated. You'll see what happens. I'm going to drag it out here, and I'm going to say get is door open. Because I just want to know what is door open is. What is its value? Is it true or is it false? So you'll see this, it has a red little circle here because it is, I'm going to zoom in a little more, because it's a Boolean value. Now, Booleans can't necessarily go into here because this is a string value. And so it does have a conversion here, though, because you can always turn true or false into it. A letter, a series of letters or numbers. So I'm going to drop it there. And Unreal Engine automatically converts this. All right, so let's go ahead and see what that does. I'm going to walk up to here, and it says true, 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 true. Oops, true. I've got to remember to turn the physics off for that. True. Okay, so it knows it's true. The weird thing is the door was supposed to be false, right? It's supposed to be false, so why is it false? And just to make things a little bit nicer to understand that the doors are closed, I'm going to move two of these together. I'm going to delete this one. I'm going to just make sure that the door is not simulating physics. Door, not simulating physics, and I'll probably move, whoops, I'm going to move things here to kind of block the door. There we go. There we go. There. Now it'll make more sense. The other thing I'm going to do is say, you know what? I'm going to click is door open variable, and I'm going to uncheck that because the initial state of it should be closed. So I'm going to compile that, save it, and you will see now. Whoops, there I am. When I go up to it, oh, it's false. It's not open. Okay. So that's Boolean. What I'm going to do is actually state. Now, here's where we can do. Sorry, let's actually keep going here. Because how about we'll print the string, and then the next thing we'll do is after we print the string, we are going to set is door open to true. So I'm going to drag this out again, except instead of saying get, I'm going to say set is door open. And you'll see it's obviously a totally different type of little node. And I'm going to connect the execute string to there. Set door open. And I'm setting is door open to true. Because theoretically, once I open it, it's going to be open. There we go. Compile that, save that. And now what we do is we are going to run in here, and it's going to show me false, and then it's going to show true right after it. Right? So false, true, true. False, true, true. See? Now it's always true, true because it rarely goes to false, right? The moment I go to false once, it stops printing true. So what you might want to do is say, you know what? Yeah, let's do this. Oh, let's do this. So once we hit it, it says print what its state is, and then set it to open. And it's always going to be open from now on because there's never a set is door open to false. So what we might want to do is go back to our viewport, go back to our collision box, scroll down to the bottom of the details panel and say on component end overlap. So let's say you walk in, it opens the door, and you finish. You walk through and you leave. And you don't come back, right? And the door closes behind you. Well, then you might want to say on a component end overlap. It's a different kind of event. It is you leaving that little collision box event. And in this case, let's go ahead and we don't need to print a string anymore. We're just going to, this time hold down Shift, left click and drag is door open. Whoops, Shift? Is it? Maybe it's Alt. Sorry. Alt. There we go. If you hold down Alt and drag any of these variables out, it's going to allow you to just say set. And I'm going to say set it to false by unchecking it. And in this case, what's going to happen is we are going to push play, come in. It keeps setting back to false every time. So we'll always see that false there. Okay. So that's Boolean. We have time for one more in this little video. Whoops. Every time you click a new variable under the variables tab, it's going to go back to the previous variable you did. Let's go ahead and do a string now because we've talked about strings. So we've got Booleans, we've got strings. I'm going to come down to string. And this is going to just be a greeting. I'm going to call it greeting, okay? Compile it and save it. Because once you compile it, you can set its default value, right? And the default value might say, hello, is the door, hello, This door is open. Now, a string is a series of letters, or a series of, a string is a finite series of symbols from our alphabet and also numbers as well, and stuff like that. Anything your keyboard can type is part of a string. And so I could say this. And why would I do that? Because I might want to say, hey, print string. I'm going to do another one, and I'm going to select and create a selection box over to in the input component begin overlap collision, and I'm going to just scoot these over, and I'm going to zoom in here and drag from here. What I'm going to do here is when I let go and type print string again, it's just going to add it to the list. There we go. It didn't cut the cord or anything like that. What is it going to print? It's going to print this, and now I can actually drag it into that thing, because they're the same color, because a string is a string. And now, when I do that, it's going to be a little bit more readable. Hello, the door is open. True, 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 true. It's going to be a little bit more readable because, well, I wrote a string that's readable. All right. So that's a string. We have a little more. Because the next one I want to do is I want to print, let's say, a location. All right, so let's talk about another type of a variable. I'm going to click variable. Look at it. Defaults to string. I'm going to call this door location. And I'm going to click on the little pink oval, and I'm going to go to vector. Now, a vector is a series of 3 numbers, let's say. Okay, let's go ahead and actually keep this here. I'm going to print, I'm going to make another string. Sorry, I'm going to click variable again, and I'm going to call this location greeting, location setup. And I'm going to say location setup is a string. Why would I do that? Because I want to compile this and say location setup. The value of that is this door is located at, and when I do that, that's going to set me up for kind of printing. Let's drag a little note off, say print string, location setup into here. And then we're going to show you what the location is. What is the location of a 3D object in a 3D gaming engine? Well, let's go ahead and say print string. And I'm going to drag door location out here. And I'm going to say set door location. That's what we'll do here. Okay. And what I'm going to do is print this value. So now when I do this, remember when we printed the string previously and printed all of the other stuff? We grabbed the variables. So in this case, I'm setting this variable, which is the door location. I'm setting it to something. Right now it's 0, 0, 0. And I'm just going to drag the output into there. So right now it's 0, 0, 0. What if your door was located at 15,122, right? Then when you compiled that and saved that and played it, you can see that, hello, the door is located at x equals 15, y equals 100, z equals 22. All right, now this is very static, and in the next video, what we're going to do is look at how we make this dynamic, because that is going to set us up for a lot of fun.